I need to get to the point where I'm reporting to a business person. So I'd love to hear a little bit about, first of all, like what turned that light bulb on for you to make you make that intentional switch toward elevating to that type of a role? And what was like your biggest surprise as you stepped into that realm in terms of the influence or how business actually got done or whatever? Like what like aha moments did you have once you were at that new tier or that new level?
I would say the number one thing was a shift in my perspective that we know it intellectually, but is a very different thing to experience. And that when I was responsible for multiple functions and or reporting to the business, compliance is only a part of what we do. And it can only occupy a part of a CEO or a business stakeholder's brain. They have to also be thinking about so many other things. And you know this as a business person too. Everything from minimum viable product to clients to sales. And it can be, I think, early in one's career, it can be very easy to get siloed in our heads about my stuff is the most important. How can they not see that?
Right.
And and I do see situations where gatekeeping roles can get a bit of a martyr complex about, you know, we just have to do this, and that can get you fired, or
Right.
it can get you sidelined.
Yep.
And I hate to see that happen when someone is in that role because they probably have great ideas and they probably are just not executing. It's their how.
Yes.
It's not their what. Their what might be right. Their what might be spot on, but their how is off because they're not getting the results and people aren't hearing them and they're tuning them out. And so that's where we need to understand how we're perceived. And this gets to
Mm-hmm.
external awareness, the second of the key elements. External awareness is, of the five qualities, Nick, the most underestimated, I think, by people, especially senior people. Um, and self awareness is around being really understanding our impact on other people and how we are perceived. And the tough thing about perception is, guess what? It's not always fair,
Right.
and we don't always like it. Anyone who's done a 360 has probably had a few comments in there that where we're like, what?
Right.
And very hurtful and really painful to read and felt really unfair and vindictive or fill in the blank. I mean, it depends on the type of 360 you do. And having been in HR, I've administered a bunch of them. The ones that I do with my clients are interviews, and I make sure to avoid all the things that I didn't like when I was in HR about 360s. But it is important. It's better to know the perception than not, because if you don't know, you can't do anything about it.